Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending upon where you are joining us from. And welcome to the last webinar of December 2022 with Muvi. My name is Shivashish, and I'm responsible for writing blogs and content centered around OTT, video streaming, and live streaming at Muvi, and I'll be your host today. To kick things off, I would like to take the opportunity to give you a quick overview of Muvi. Founded in 2011, Muvi is headquartered in New York and was founded with a vision to disrupt the global streaming market. Muvi offers multiple streaming products that suit the needs of any business of all shapes and sizes, from small businesses to large enterprises. Muvi's scalable and flexible streaming product portfolio can help adapt to any type of streaming requirements. From a complete OTT platform to fast channels, from on-demand streaming to live streaming, from audio streaming to video streaming, and from deploying websites to apps for mobile and TV ecosystems across 16 plus platforms, Muvi can do it all in a matter of few clicks and hours, all out of the box. Today we stand as one of the leading players in the streaming platform provider space with our flagship product Muvi One rated as the #1 OTT platform on G2, and our live streaming product Muvi Live awarded as the best streaming product of 2022 by the readers of Streaming Media magazine. Muvi continues to scale and deliver not just in its features but also in its services to its customers. Now, before we start, I would like to inform the audience that they can keep posting their questions using the Q&A box anytime during the webinar, and we'll address them at the end of the session. Now let's go on with today's webinar. Our today's webinar will go through 10 steps for preparing RFP/business plan for streaming businesses. And to talk about this, we have with us today Arun Kumar, who is the Director of Pre-Sales at Muvi. Arun comes with an industry experience of over 13 years in consulting and tech. He drives the responses of RFX at Muvi and solution consulting to large enterprise leads. Arun is a qualified engineer, business graduate, and lawyer with a passion for solving business problems with tech. He is currently focused on data-inspired, revenue-driven solutions in OTT streaming for customers of Muvi. Arun, welcome to our today's webinar, and we are all excited to hear what you have to say. And now it's over to you.
Thank you, Shivashish. Hello, attendees. I am Arun Kumar, Director of Pre-Sales at Muvi. I will be taking you through the 10 steps of creating our business plan or RFP for a streaming business. Creating an RFP or a business plan for any business is very important, as you know, especially in the streaming business where there could be a lot of technical terms, new age terms, and it could be a mix and match of a lot of features. A great RFP can deliver you the right streaming solution in a quick go-to-market. So in today's era, you imagine a feature, somebody comes up with a feature before it can go. So a great RFP, which is pointed, which is exactly suiting your business needs, which can deliver what you need, can give you the right streaming solution with a quick GTM. So the requirements in an RFP should be clear, understandable, and unambiguous. We are here as a streaming pioneer in the streaming services area. We are here for the last 10-12 years, and we are here to share our knowledge that we have gained by looking at the RFPs and business proposals, requests for information that we get from clients across the globe. So, as far as the streaming business is concerned, now in this particular session, we will look at the questions that you should have an answer to before you start drafting your RFP. So we will be covering these steps that will lead you to a professional and compelling RFP for your new streaming service. A streaming business can be anything. Example could be Netflix is a streaming business, YouTube is a streaming business, and there are tons of other apps that are all streaming businesses. Now, how do you differentiate yourself from others? Like, who are your customers? What is that you are going to deliver to them? How you are going to get a return on your investment? So all these things starts with the first point on choosing your niche. So some of the examples of niche that we have seen in the past few years in our company, I will be sharing them with you. So the factors to be considered why choosing your niche is to understand the rise of video on demand as a content consumption. Say blogs are no more. People don't read things, and people don't watch live channels these days. And those video. None of us actually sit down for a particular time like we used to do in the earlier days. That we sit at a particular time in a day to watch a particular content that we like. So rise of video on demand is inevitable, and it is there already. And then there is rapid development of internet connectivity. So now, when we say internet connectivity, so this presents new opportunities for us. Now everybody has a phone, and with good internet connectivity, with 5G connectivity, what happens is streaming good quality videos, streaming great content becomes easier. So our market expands, and that gives us new opportunities. Changing preference of millennials, the span of attention is reducing with each generation, and with the millennials, as you can evidently see, YouTube is forced to come up with shorts. Instagram is trying to mimic something like that. You can see the enormous success of TikTok. So less than 60 seconds a video, a short, a clip of the videos. Content consumption is actually changing with the millennials, and that presents us more opportunities. And then we will have to look at the avenues monetization that are present today. The traditional subscription level is always there. There are fast channels where you present content for free with ad insertions, and there are transaction video on demand and other things. These avenues of monetization, whatever suits your customer base, whichever country you are operating, based on that you can plan your avenues of monetization, and that has a larger impact on the success or failure of your business. Some of our customers from Africa, for example, all do career billing, because in Africa, credit and debit cards are not that popular method of monetization for payments. They use carrier billing. So we'll have to define our niche as the first step before creating an RFP or a streaming business. Some examples of niche that we have seen in the past few years is one is Walton University from US. Now they wanted a streaming solution. So it's not the traditional movies or TV shows or even being a university e-learning. They wanted their students to contribute content, and that would be, when you say students, the mode of content creation is going to be, the equipment for content creation is going to be mobile phones, and those are going to be vertical short form videos like we see on TikTok. So this was a requirement from Walton University that we have delivered. So short form videos students should shoot, upload, that will be evaluated, and that will be used for several other goals. This one, that's a niche. And we have film festivals. Now film festivals typically, what they do is, unlike platforms that are open to public, they have a membership club, a club of members who don't pay anything per se for watching that content, but they are paid out for the festival. So they can watch anything that is being telecast as the festival. This particular festival is completely music. Now all the members had access to the content and they watched it. So one can actually create a business out of a streaming solution that is available as now SaaS offering straight away without having to do anything on the ground, except for the marketing that you will be doing to bring in those consumers to the content watch. And then we have NGM Studios as our client. This is the traditional OTT app that you would see. Movies are there, more movies and other things. We are now live across 4 countries. That is the usual streaming business use case. And then we have e-learning customers. What they do is, the settle concepts our customer. They don't have contents for public consumption. They shoot content and they sell content to other people who use it for training. So their mode of monetization would be a particular area within industry that people would be purchasing from the content creator and then using it to train other businesses. So this is a niche. So choosing the niche is the first step for creating an RFP business line for a streaming business. The next thing is going to be the user experience. Once we create the niche, now we will have a clarity on who our users are going to be. We'll be having the user profile in mind, a typical user, a typical subscriber, a typical consumer of a. Then we decide how the user experience has to be done, how the signing up has to be, how easy it has to be, how difficult it has to be, or how much data you want on the user, so that you can maybe provide content recommendation down the line. So you might want to collect data on the user's age, gender, location, preferences, whatever. So you can design the user experience that can help you plan your ROI, that can help you plan your scaling up in the future. And are we providing content for all related parties in a country like India or Indian world for that instance? One user might have different personas, like he might be in a family, there might be different family members, are we allow all of them to watch that, then happens to the recommendations, content recommendations that you are presenting, son, father, mother, they don't all like the same content. So how do we do that? And then do we provide a buffer-free user experience, a viewing experience? Because streaming can be really challenging. You would have seen challenges even on the most popular streaming platforms with internet connectivity. Sometimes there is a buffering happening, sometimes audio overlaps, there is a lagging audio and all that. So customers shouldn't be leaving our service because the final output is not good. So there should be a buffer-free viewing experience. That should be definitely a condition, part of the RFP. And already our users see discovering you. We keep uploading content. Are the users getting to know that we are uploading the content? Do they see what is being uploaded? Do they see what is relevant to them? That is something. And then features like resume watching. Your viewers might want the resume watching feature, or they might not need it. Say for example, if they are users of TikTok like app, your streaming business is a TikTok like app, you might not need a resume watching feature. However, if you are an Netflix like business, then you might want the resume watching feature. And what features have to be in a player? Like, are your viewers kids, or your viewers susceptible to ADHD, or you have some special conditions for your viewers? What should the player present? Should it be the regular features like view in different speeds, view in different resolutions, or it should be presented within a blackboard with some background so that kids don't get distracted? So these kind of things, based on your niche, you will have to define what features you need on the player, and how do you actually make the users participate. Do you allow them to rate content, like content, comment, share it to their friends, and do we allow the users to invite friends? So these are all part of the user experience. Once we choose the niche, we go the phase of planning the user experience. Then we define the project, the scope, and our budget. There are tons of features. If you keep comparing different platforms that we have, those hundreds of apps that we have, every app might have a unique feature, differentiating feature. It should be useful for our niche. Our project should be able to accommodate it. The scope should be able to accommodate it within our budget. So defining the project scope and budget, like in any RFP, is also important for saying business. So how do we go about it is we introduce the company and our business, so that context is being provided for the respondent to the RFP to understand what is your business and what do you are understanding your ROI expectations, understanding your niche and all that. So the introduction to your company and your business is very important. And then the use cases for streaming. Is streaming your sole business, or you have one businesses and you want streaming to bring customers to other businesses? Say for example, you want to book some promo content and you want your users to come to your main business by watching the promo. So we have a customer in Mauritius puts a promo content which leads them to e-commerce websites. So you'll have to define the use cases of the streaming business in respect to your company's overall business. And then the RFP typically contains functional requirements. What is to be in the user interface, what is to be in the admin interface, what features you expect. And then there will be technical requirements, such as maybe the bandwidth, how much infra should be there, what kind of user traffic you are expecting, And when there is spiking user traffic on special days, say for example, you have a new movie on Fridays, and you would be needing you would be needing the streaming service to handle the traffic. What will be the peak traffic? What will be the low traffic? And what should be the latency? These kind of technical requirements. And most importantly, support requirements. So how important for you is the 24/7 service? And do you need a dedicated support team to answer your call if there is a lag and you want any other even further advanced kind of support? You want end users support. But your users might have issues with payments, your users might have other issues, you want end user support. So these things should also be defined there. Most importantly, a budget should be specified and the tenure should be specified. So companies, based on their structure, based on their nature of business, they different timelines to deliver the same thing. You choose an IT services form, like was popular. We have like custom solution networks who will read your requirements and deliver the solution. They may take years to deliver a streaming solution to you. Whereas you come to the experts in streaming who are doing just streaming and who have the experience of servicing clients for the last decade or so. So you come to us, your timeline to deliver the project, our timeline to deliver your project is much lower. So your budget and the tenure has is destroyed in RFP. So then the respondent would know where they should. And your ROI expectations, that is what is going to define the success or failure of your business. You want a particular day in which ROI has to be embedded, that has to be mentioned. It's the same example that I quoted earlier. If you are operating in Africa, you would mention carrier billing as a mode of payment that is mandatory for your business to operate in Africa. And maybe you would like to have an e-wallet so that somebody signs up, somebody cancel this, you would like to keep that more as stored credit or something, or a wallet or something. You will have to mention all of those things. And you'll have to solicit details and experience from the bidders as to have they done this. For streaming business, it's a niche in itself. When we create a niche within streaming business, that is at a different level. Streaming business is a niche in itself. It's just not like another pretty course. Streaming business requires a special treatment, and you will have to solicit business details and the experience from the bidders. Are they into streaming for the last so many years? And their service clients and how their clients are doing and other things. And most importantly, you can also ask for solution alternatives or suggestions. In a business like streaming, a minor change in the estimation of users or in the estimation of consumption of bandwidth can alter your project budget by about 20 to 30% altogether. So you estimate you have good quality 4K content, full HD 4K content, and you are worried that since there is going to be multiple bandwidth, adapting with it and all those things you will be seeing when it slides, what are those terms and all that. So you are worried that how should be the total bandwidth consumption, and you ask for some bandwidth after. And then your bidder says, no, you don't need this because we are doing all those, we will be doing encryption, we will be doing compression, we will be doing encoding. You won't need this much. That can actually save you 30 to 40% of your overall budget. So it's always better to solicit solution alternatives or solutions from bidders who are actually experts in this. So the next step would be planning your project. So we have chosen a niche. We have defined the project scope, objectives. We have decided what the user experience should be. The next step would be content. So content is the heart of any streaming business. How do we plan our content? The different types of content that are usually available to you in any streaming is video on demand, audio on demand, 24/7 channels. That is a live stream where content is played in a linear channel, and there can be live stream of events. There is a football match happening. There is a news reader reading live news. So send me live streaming of events direct from the camera to the principal. And then we have this video on demand, that is a very short audio on demand podcast, 84%. Within these contents, based on your niche, based on your business objectives, we can plan the call. So based on the niche again, you will have to have metadata. Metadata is data on data. So we have content, we need related data, so that this metadata tags, say for example, you have a video of avatar or whatever that is, so you add metadata, cast, crew, and any other things that your potential users might search for or can identify with this movie. So when you add those tags, it helps the recommendation engines to recommend those content. It helps in global search. It helps in many things. Metadata, banners and posters must of the view of it. Banners attract people, posters attract people. What has to be the banner? What has to be the poster? What has to be the metadata? And what content you have to use on your civic business as you plan effectively. You might also want to plan the data publishing. For a movie today, you might want to publish it in US tomorrow, you might want to publish in Canada the next. So you might want to fix those shapes based on the optimal date of release. Say today could be Friday in US and yesterday was Friday in India. So maybe 1 day ahead, India would get the content, and 1 day ahead, US can get the content published here. So you might want to plan that. And personalized recommendation, you need that or you don't need that. Your niche, are people going to consume more with personalized recommendations, or is it just going to be all football, watch all matches, like so recommendation required? You can plan that. And then sharing content. Is your business requiring the users to share content again about this, or you don't need that? In case you need sharing, what kind of sharing do you want them to be publishing to their personal channels directly? Say for example, there is a content live streaming of something that is happening in your platform. You might want your user to put it on YouTube. There might be a case, or maybe the copyright is yours. You want your user to invite other users. We have to plan that. And then geo-blocking. Most streaming businesses need this. Neighboring countries might not accept the same content. Cultural sensitivities, political sensitivities, or business reasons. You might want to block content in some regions and block content in other regions. Copyright and other issues are there. Some content available in Netflix is not available in Netflix. Yeah. So you can plan all those things and mention in your RFP. So whatever you need, whether can provide you all those features or not. Should be part of your planning, your content, part of your house. Finding your audience. So as we discussed earlier, streaming platforms, there are many streaming platforms that are more coming up each day, and more to come. Individuals, say for example, individuals who are very popular on YouTube would like to have their own platforms because it can generate them more income. They have a better niche and they don't want to get lost in the crowd, whatever it is. So if your streaming business is launched, how do you bring users there? Now, maybe you have a user base, you are already a popular brand, and you don't need to do much of marketing other than you are announcing that you are coming up with the OTT platform, or maybe you are launching a business that definitely needs to find an audience. So in that case, you might want your streaming service provider to provide features such as affiliate marketing, where you can create links to content and send to your affiliates, and they might return some traffic to you. You might want to share some revenue with them. Or maybe you don't have enough content, or you would like to have varied content. You would like to source content from other partners and share revenue with them. So you can have content partner for these, or you would like users to give content. It encourages user engagement. It increases your user base like TikTok. So you may want users to generate content and share content and grow. And maybe as you're discussing, you might want your users to invite more friends. That's how maybe you can grow your business. Or you might want to directly publish trailers to your social media. So you have a YouTube channel that is popular as a brand, and you are coming up with a new OTT solution, and there is a movie premiering on OTT solution. You have the trailer uploaded on the OTT solution. The trailer is running on the OTT solution, but you would want users who are watching your YouTube channel come to your OTT platform. You might want to publish it directly from your OTT solution to the YouTube, to any social media platform. And or maybe you can integrate your solution with a third-party marketing tool, say MailChimp, Engage. There are many tools that you might be comfortable with as a business, and you would like to send bulk notifications to people to bring them to your OTT platform. Your streaming service provider should be flexible and open to integrate with these tools. So these might be your requirements in finding your audience, which is actually very important more than the solution itself to actually, grow to make revenue. Choosing the right set of apps. So we have about, even at Muvi, we serve about 16 ecosystems, app ecosystems from iOS mobile, Android mobile, Android TV, Fire TV, Samsung TV, LG TV, Roku TV, Apple TV. The list goes on and on. And we are now adding apps for Hisense, Xiaomi, Huawei. So every major brand, when they grow a little bit, they move from their Android ecosystem, they have their own ecosystem, and then they have their app store. So as an OTT platform, you might have to be present in more than one ecosystem, not just a website, iOS, mobile, and Android. You might have to be, based on your geography, based on your niche, you might be requiring to be present on Apple TV, or you might need to be present on LG TV or Samsung TV or Roku in some geographies. So based on your goals, based on your, how much user engagement you want, what kind of monetization you want, do you want to actually divert traffic to e-commerce? Based on that, you can change your ads. So for example, user engagement. Some forms of user engagement are not possible in TV because of the restriction of the hardware. Mobile apps can do anything. So, and some kinds of e-commerce might not be profitable in some ecosystems. For example, the iOS ecosystem, you will have to use Apple's in-app purchasing, and you might not be willing to share large cut with Apple for every transaction that is needed. So it's based on your goals, and it's based on your target audience, your geography. Apple TV is not popular in India. It is very popular in US. So, and your age group preferences as well. So the millennials, maybe a website is not, you might not be reading a website. You want better user engagement. You are targeting millennials. You might want to go with the mobile apps alone. And based on their preferences, and if it is a family audience, you might want to keep more TV apps. And you will have to also, you may gain some insights from researching your competitors. In your geography, closer to your niche, what apps your competitors are in, maybe the users of your competitors and be for an alternative. This could be valid input to choose the right set of apps. And your goals should also be aligned with your future needs. Tomorrow you would like to have an app that is very high in user engagement. You will launch it on a TV, or you will launch it on something like Hisense or Samsung or LG for the time being. Then you will have to again work on launching it on a mobile platform. So your future goals and the features that you need, today, you need tomorrow, have to be considered when choosing the right set of apps. And some platforms are not available in some geographies. Why might not be available in some countries at all? Logo is not very popular in India, so you might have to change some platforms based on geography as well. And again, the set of apps that you have chosen cover your niche completely, or your audience fully covered, or some of them only wanting for another app. That is a decision you will have to take if you write an RFP. And then we come to the most important part, planning the return on investments. So initially, OTT platforms offer, you would see two types of subscription or two types of monetization on Wicked Side 3. One is subscription based, that you ask your users to pay maybe monthly or yearly. And then there is transaction based, which is a little less popular, but it's quickly picking up. So even for subscribers, so there is some premium content that is being launched, premiered, that is very unique, and you would want them to pay an extra $5 for viewing that content alone. So they pay once, they watch once or twice or whatever, and then it goes back to sync. So pay per watch, pay per view. That's what we call it. So that is another model. We call it transaction video on demand. And there is advertisements. So the non-premium regular YouTube viewing, you would have seen advertisements coming in. So when there is an ad supported video on demand, so that is also fast picking up in the name of fast. Free ad supported streaming is also getting popular these days. So you would not want to charge anything from the customers, but you have a good book of advertisers with you. You would like to make money from that, then you can go for a reward. subscription if your users are willing to pay for subscriptions, or you have some content that is suited for pay-per-view, you can put it on DEOD. With the combination of these things, you can actually create multiple subscription plans. It can be subscription plus PPD for select content. It can be a lower price subscription with some ads, a premium subscription with no ads. It can be a combination of many things. And a pay-per-view can be adapted to make it look like my or my. So if somebody wants to rent it for a period in time, we can charge them something. They can view it any number of times within the set time period, and then it expires, or they can buy it so that they can watch it forever. That can be remained on their app. So all these combinations, whichever is suiting your niche, whichever is the most effective way to generate revenue for your business from your audience, that has to be supported by the streaming service provider. Other than that, that's like Muvi, for example, who are we are in this industry for quite a long time. So we have other modes of monetization as well: coupons, vouchers, and gift loyalty points. And other things. Users can gift points to others. Admin can gift point to users, which can be used to purchase points, used to purchase content and all that. So you might want to explore those options so that your revenue generation is the maximum. You might want to consider your future needs. You might want to increase user engagement. You might want to, give out coupons maybe in the festive season to bring in more users. So that has to be planned, and those has to be mentioned in the RFP that these are the requirements for you to work. And the most important point is identifying and choosing the right vendor. So as we discussed earlier, a company has to be in the streaming business, and it has to be there for quite some time. It has to understand your requirements. It has to understand your niche. It has to understand your streaming requirements. It has to be having the ability to serve you and provide your users that buffer-free viewing, have a nice player, and have the ability to provide features that are not available out of the box, provide you the custom features, and quickly catch up with the features that are in trend, constantly working on improvising the product and all that. You might have to choose the right vendor. Instead, if you go to a person who will build the product for you, that's an example, giving an example that the custom made product, you might be stuck because of the time the product is delivered to you, you might already be, your solution could look a little outdated. So dynamically altering the user experience could be a demand for you, that you would like to keep on changing or adding features or removing features or changing the user experience, changing the way it looks. Does your vendor have the right thinking? Your vendor having the technical ability to scale up with you? So these questions that you will have to ask yourself, you can check by asking for the company background, any regulatory requirements that you might be having. Some of our customers from higher education institutions are very particular on data privacy and registration, or having some certifications, regulatory, migratory certificates that we should be having. So, and what about data security? What about the security of payment information, credit card information of your users, subscribers, and what kind of support you're going to get in case there's a downtime, in case something happens and all that. It's a track record of those companies. And are there any customer testimonials that you can actually verify? You can even ask for customer live stores, references from existing customers in the RFP. And what are the possibilities of extending the product? Tomorrow you imagine something because your niche might need something. Can this company deliver? Do they have the team to deliver? Do they have the engineering capability and the know-how to deliver what you want at the quickest time period? And how long is it going to take for your project to be delivered? And how is it to be support and support rate? And is the cost pay as you go? Because you might not want to commit much at the earlier stage. You might want to wait it out. You might want to see how your customers are turning up, how your business grow, and all that. So all those things, if the vendor is able, you will have to choose the vendor. So questions based on that should be present in RFP, so that you can understand the vendor better, and then you can identify synergies to the vendor. So these are the steps that are involved in creating an RFP or business plan for a streaming business. We are open for Q&A. If there are any questions, please post it in the Q&A.
Thank you, Arun. So before we move on to the Q&A, I would request the audience to take a minute to answer our quick poll. Now coming onto your screens. If you can't see the poll, you can click on the poll icon at the bottom of your screen. So there are two questions which have yes or no as the answer. So I would request all our attendees to please fill up the poll. So I hope you all have answered the poll. I would like to open the forum for discussion. Please send in your queries in the Q&A chat only. In the meantime, while you are sending the questions, I'll just start with the Q&A. So Robin from New York says, how to address the variable components such as storage and CDN in the RFP?
That's a great question, Robin. Thanks for asking. Now, RFP for a streaming business, unlike other businesses, involves a large component that is variable. So you might not know what exactly is going to be the storage cost. Your file on your disk could be different, and its actual consumption of storage on the cloud server will be very different. This is because, as you know, you would have watched YouTube. There are multiple resolutions available to you. There are multiple resolutions available to you that when you do staging stuff. So that requires encoding, conversion of your raw file into 6 or 7 different resolutions that we saw on the cloud server. So this is something that you might not be able to estimate at the time of preparing RFP. You might need to take the help of readers to understand that. And the second thing is CDN, that is the cloud delivery network. So that is definitely necessary for the streaming solution. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of suffering. A right CDN is required. We at Muvi use Amazon Cloud CDN, and we use AWS EC2 for storage. Now we will also have to understand how is bandwidth is calculated. So how many people are watching, at what resolution, and how much data is being downloaded to them, handling by the CDN. Based on that, you're going to get a bill. So it's better to, instead of giving a figure based on your internal calculation, you can always keep that area flexible and ask a suggestion. After you mention the objectives of your business, after you share the expectations of users, user turnout for your business, you can ask the leader to actually suggest a good storage and bandwidth plan. So that is how we deal with the variable.
Thank you, Arun. Mahima asks that we would like to stay in control of our streaming solution. Is that achievable with cloud SaaS solutions such as Muvi?
With Muvi, yes, definitely yes. We couldn't comment on other cloud SaaS solutions, but with Muvi, you have complete flexibility. As a platform, you can subscribe to our platform. The solution is available out of the box. For a standard streaming business use case that we have imagined, we have successful procedures. In case, just in case, which is a remote possibility that any of the features that you have in mind are not supported by RFP, we have a large team of engineers that are ready to do the custom development here. And part of that would be giving back control to you. You can manage your own platform. The content is secure, content management is secure, and you can say control. You have a tech team, say for example, you have a tech team, and you wouldn't want even the dependence of technical architectural level support from me. You can always build your own solution and use our APIs and SDKs to deliver the end user experience. So that is always possible. We are really flexible as a cloud. Being on cloud helps us because we can easily provide these APIs and SDKs. All the functions will run from our application. The rest of the application, the technical control will be with you.
Another question coming in from Arun. He says that we would like to change the user experience frequently. How do you bring this requirement into the equation?
You will have to find a company that has a large customer success answer. So the company should be willing to be able to understand your design requirements. Maybe you have a requirement like A/B testing. You would like to present the different user experience or two different user experience in two different geographies. So the platform should be able to support it, Muvi supports it, and there should be a very vibrant customer success team that can actually build those experience and test it for you in the shortest turnaround. That Muvi can do for you.
Well, this concludes our session for today. Muvi keeps conducting webinars each month on some interesting industry topics and also showcases some of Muvi's best offerings. I would personally request all our viewers to keep a lookout for our social media channels and the website for registration link for the upcoming webinar. While Muvi has tried to make its no-code platform Muvi One, as well as the rest of its products as simple as and as easy to use as possible, we understand that there are lots of times and places where our users may have some questions, need clarifications, or simply need assistance so that they can meet their objectives, and hence they need help. In this webinar, we will learn in the next webinar that we are planning to do, we will learn about various options one has to seek help and support from Muvi and get answer to the most common questions. If you notice any bugs or issues or how to log in and by when you can expect a resolution, do attend the webinar. So the information of the webinar is there on your screen. So if you have any questions like how to use Muvi self-help portal, how to seek help from Muvi support, what are SLAs and when can you expect a reply, do feel free to join in the webinar, which is on 18th of January next year. Till then, once again, thank you all for tuning in and allowing us to present you with this information, and we'll be back soon with more such value-adding webinars. This is your host Shivashish signing off until next time.